Today's podcast is one of the most valuable video you'll find on the internet on data engineering. This particular video focuses on how a person from a non-data background got his 4 offers in data engineering. We'll be focusing on all those things and also what preparation strategies he followed, what all hacks were there, application methods, preparations, proper roadmap what he followed. All those things we have broken down in this particular video. Also, we have not revealed his name and the face, so please respect that. He didn't wanted to reveal that thing, so we have respected that thing. So let's start with the video.
So, hi everyone, welcome to this particular podcast. And today we are with a very special guest, and he has done a very good switch. We'll be discussing about those things and how he did. So, let's start with the first thing, that is his introduction. Can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi Anurag. Thank you for inviting me here. It's a good opportunity to share my thoughts with everyone. So, yeah, my name is Vijay. I am now a senior data engineer at one of the service-based companies here. So that's my current job role. And from talking about the tech stack, I'm currently working into AWS, SQL, Python, PySpark, and Azure as well. One of the projects was there. So yeah, that is the basic tech stack which I am currently working upon here at my
Mhm.
current organization.
And what is the background like? What education you had, and can you talk about that also? And right now you're working as senior data engineer, right?
Yes, I am a senior data engineer.
Okay. हाँ तो background के बारे में just you can explain.
Yeah, so talking about my background, so I have done my bachelor's of engineering from in computer science. I passed out in the year 2022. It was from one of the tier 3 private colleges in Maharashtra. So that's
Okay.
where I have done my CSE, BTech CSE. Then from there on, I got into a job into through campus placements. So
Mhm.
there my role was as a Java automation engineer. So mostly I was writing automation test cases in Java for Selenium for the UI side and Karate for the API side. So
Oh,
that's what I was mostly working upon. And there are other QA related stuff which I did
okay.
being part of that organization.
So one question comes to this, that is, you were into, like, you were from a tier 3 college, then you started as a QA automation. Like,
Hmm.
how did you plan out? Ki basically, I want to go into data engineering. Like right now, you are working as a senior data engineer. How did this
Correct.
happen when you decided?
Yeah. So actually, since like I said, I'm coming from a CS background, there was coding involved in this role, but
Mm-hmm.
it was not as much as I liked. So when I started working, I discovered, because as a fresher, you don't know much about all these domains. You are only told about full stack. So
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, I'm not very much aware of like how much even coding is involved in this role, and or like what can be the future. So I went blank into this role to and explore and see for myself if I like it or not. So I gave myself some time. So I worked in that role. I mean, 6 to 7 months into that role, I realized this is not the right kind of role for me, coming from the background and my interests.
Mm-hmm.
So I tried. So thereon, I decided that I'll be like trying to change my job to a coding heavy role, and also like coding heavy, and also which is challenging my brain in the way I like to be challenged, like I did in college. So those kind of things were there in my mind. But as a fresher, as you also know, so this is the year 2023 now, because almost a
Mm-hmm.
year has passed. So I think there a lot of seniors told me that due to recession and all, and usually it's not advised to switch companies without 2 years of experience, just to wait for 2 years and all. So I was
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, I'll wait for 2 years and then I'll switch. I did not know like how to do domain switch and all. I did not have that kind of
Uh,
circle also.
First
So
switch, it was
I
your first switch also. That was also
yes,
might be
correct.
a problem, huh?
Correct.
I
I was
can.
not aware. I did not have that kind of circle, and most of my friends were already full stack developers.
Okay.
So they did not know like how to do switch kind of a thing, because they are been preparing. They do know how to do for the interviews and all, but like if you have experience in a specific skill set, how to switch
How to
from
get
that.
into a
So
different, huh?
yeah, yeah. So I had no exposure and no like circle that can guide me,
Mm-hmm.
and my seniors were also from the automation side, Java automation side. So I was like even obviously they also did not know that. So
Yeah, I
um,
can. relate to it.
So data did not come to me. I think it just happened with me. I tried with the full stack first because
Mhm.
that's what everyone does, and that's like what has been marketed, that only full stack roles are like the
Yeah,
roles
right. No,
in software
huh?
engineering.
Yes, and
So
if we
hmm,
like, just sorry to cut you out, just if we are talking about the switch, just one question comes to me. That is, because see, whenever a person tries to switch, okay, from it as you switched from a non-data role to a data engineering, senior data engineering role, so
yeah,
there are some struggles like
hmm,
that a person feels. जैसे कि when you were doing it, there might be some gaps, there might be some things that you figured out in the process. So what do you think, what are the struggles, how what kind of mind do you need firstly to switch? Firstly, if I want to get into data engineering, I am from a production support background, from a QA automation background, a different kind of background. What mindset should I have? How, what all kind of struggles will I face?
So first of all, if you are coming from a, even let's say non-coding background into software engineering or data engineering in this specific field, so you need to have a bit of understanding of coding, how code works. So
Mm-hmm.
that is like the very basic SQL
Mm-hmm.
understanding, like what is like firing a query, what it does to database, like those basic stuff. So I think you
Mm-hmm.
can anyone can look up on the internet and get that basic idea, but these are just the very surface level things. Once you do understand that, you need to later on to switch into data engineering, you need to understand the entire process. It's not just about writing SQL, or if you are writing pipelines in Python or any other language, Java or Scala, whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
that is there. You need to first of all understand what's happening with the data, what you are doing. So you need to understand the bigger picture, like what the, if talking about data engineering, you need to understand where the data is coming from, what we are doing to the
Correct.
data, how that data is stored,
Mm-hmm.
like in what time we have to do the transformations to that data. And there are other policy, user level, security level stuff as well, like who can access, who cannot access, all those things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So there are multiple layers. You need to understand a full end-to-end process of what's actually the purpose of even doing that project. So
Mm-hmm.
that's for any role, like even full
Any
stack or
kind of,
data engineering,
it
any
is
role.
important.
You need to understand what is the purpose of actually building that stuff, like
Mm-hmm.
what is it doing in the organization. So get that
Correct.
idea, like basic idea, not even too much into technical, but like
Mm-hmm.
what's the purpose, like how it's solving, and then get into the specific technical stuff, like from the ingestion part, transformation, orchestration, reports, creating
Mm-hmm.
marts, all those tools you can learn later, but it's important to first focus on the basics. So
and
your hmm, yeah,
and how
SQL,
much time
Python,
this
everything. Yeah.
this
So
process took you, like from coming from a
uh,
different background to this, matlab kaise,
yeah,
how did you did do it? We'll talk about that in detail, your
yeah.
tips and hacks, everything, but how much time it took for you?
Eh, Honestly, it took me around 3 to 4 months, like from
Oh,
preparation starting to getting that offer letter. But just to add, I had a bit of a head start in terms of coming from a Java background. Learning Python is cakewalk in
easier.
terms of understanding the basics,
Mm-hmm.
because even I have done DSA before in college, so I know DSA and how it works. The new thing for me was data, how to handle data, Spark architecture, how you manage big data, what's
Mm-hmm.
the like major things involved in a Hadoop architecture, to be very specific, then
Understood.
Spark architecture, those kind of
Mm-hmm.
things. And where you sit as a data engineer, what is your role? It's not just about writing long sequels. Obviously that is part of the
Mm-hmm.
transformation business logic, but like there are nuances into that as well. So as you get deeper into that, you need to be coming from a curious mind as to how you can optimize how the things are working. As long as you are curious, just like a student, I think you will be able
Then
to
you will learn
understand
the
the
things.
process well. Yes, so that is like the main core theme of what helped me drive into the switch journey, like that really helped me propel.
And to be very honest, I have been guiding many people from very long time. ठीक है, 3 months to 4 months is a very good time, like very fast. Like you have done this because to understand everything, to take that understanding and get through the interviews, it is like a very good thing. So how was your, just to, so that the people who are watching this video, they should have a very good idea what your daily routine looked like what you used to do basically, कि हाँ,
Right.
what was the exact preparation strategy for you?
Yeah. So I think just like I think anyone who is watching this or listening to this, so there is this very common thing even in my friends and everyone I've seen who are trying to switch.
Mm-hmm.
does not matter domain or anything. They get too much into preparation. They are not
Ah,
confident about the things that they don't know. Oh no, we'll have to study, we'll have to get to a certain level, and
correct.
then only we'll be
Then
preparing
only I
for
will
interviews.
apply.
That's not how it works. I'll tell you, jab tak, you know, when we are when you need to catch the bull by the horn, the bull by its horn. Basically, you need to face your fears directly. आपने
Correct.
ऐसे you cannot delay it. You need to get into an interview. You need to get that experience. You need to get that fear out, face that fear, get
Mm.
it out of the way, understand where you stand in pressure, whether you can apply those learnings or not. So
Correct.
I would say that I was not very much an expert in SQL. I knew the basics, but I, even in my first interview, I could not solve a very simple
Mm-hmm.
cross join question, like the number of records which are there. Very bad. For I still remember my first interview was very bad, but I knew, I knew the answer to that, but the pressure, everything, really, I you need to face it. Otherwise
Mm.
it becomes a little difficult. So it's more of
Yeah.
a mindset thing than anything. They need to face your fears. So talking about my day to day, so strategy was simple. My initial days focus was to apply and get interviews and
Okay.
update my resume
Mm-hmm.
according to uh, the job descriptions which are
Mm-hmm.
there required in the market. Like to do, you can do a quick analysis like what kind of skills are mostly asked. So you should target that rather than going to very specific niches. Let's say maybe some old legacy technology. So you should not, even though you have some reference there, but it's better to go and learn the latest technology. So that is like, that helps you because that's in demand and you'll get interviews also. So I
Mm-hmm.
first of all figured out, like, apart from SQL, what all things are required, and Python. So the first thing which I discovered was Spark, and
Mm.
so from there I understood about big data and all those
Big
things. And
data. Mm.
because since you are searching all those things, you get all the ads
All those
related to
kind
that.
of correct.
So I think I got your ad, the bootcamp ad on
Mm-hmm.
Instagram, I think. So that's
Mm-hmm.
where I just joined the bootcamp, and then from there on I got a basic roadmap as to what things are required. I had jotted them down, but like what all skills I had, focused upon SQL, Python, and Spark. So these things, three things were there in the bootcamp. So I
Mm-hmm.
was like, okay, these are three of my anchors. So I need to focus on that and build around it, like
Yes.
some other tools I can learn. So
Mm-hmm. These are the
that
fundamentals, huh?
yes, you need to focus on the fundamentals. And from yeah, talking about the routine again, so first focus was applying, getting the interviews. Resume, I got it reviewed from a few folks, from few fellow data engineers from other companies,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
friends, and also, and some people online through the bootcamp community. So I did reach out. They shared some resources for specific concept for data warehousing or other kind of things, like SQL databases, MySQL, all those kind of things. So so you don't need to get too much into depth right from the beginning. Do the basics first.
Mm.
So that is SQL, Python,
Correct.
understand, because that is what will be asked in round one. So you should, your focus should be round one first. Get that out of the way and try to focus on the other stuff, company project and all later on. But
Mm-hmm.
get your basics right in terms of SQL and Python and what is
Correct.
expected in the interview. So that, like, for round one at least, try to clear
Mm.
round one, and then as you
Then
figure out the
slowly,
things,
slowly you go
you get
ahead,
to know for
like
round two,
that.
round three. Yeah.
Correct,
So step
correct.
by step.
And in this journey, if we talk about this journey, like starting from your when you decided and when you got your first offer letter in data
Mhm.
engineering, so like what is the thing that helped you the most in this journey, basically? What all things that it will be a kind of a tip for people who are watching this
Mhm.
video that helped you?
So I think one tip was, like, one thing is that I was very much tempted to like learn a lot of things. There were a
Hmm.
lot of because of, as you know, on the internet, a lot of things are there. There's
Correct.
Snowflake, AWS,
So
Azure,
many
a
tools,
lot of things
unlimited
were there.
tools are there. Huh?
Unlimited tools, and it can be distracting. So I was very focused. I want to focus on Python, Spark,
Hmm.
SQL, and one of the clouds. So I picked up Azure at that time.
Hmm.
Anyone can pick anything else,
Any
GCP
cloud.
or
Hmm.
AWS, of their choice, whatever they're comfortable with.
Hmm.
So I started off with Azure because it was low code, no code, and I just happened to pick that. So I built some pipelines. So I missed the main question. Sorry. What was the, like, what you asked?
मतलब what helped you throughout the learning process,
Huh.
मतलब
Yeah. So
most that helped
yeah.
you.
So, yeah, I think the main thing was to not get distracted and focus on the basics, because that says what is expected. They don't ask very
Hmm.
random questions. So focus on the basics. The next thing is the interviewer. You will get a lot of good interviewers who ask the right questions. So
Correct.
I what I did is that I whatever questions that I could remember at the end of my interviews, so I used to write them down, try to find their answers. So I
Mm-hmm.
went down that loophole that whenever I give an interview, I should be better prepared. I know it's a big there is some luck involved and all those things definitely,
Correct.
but
100% yes.
it 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 does give you a good direction as to what the interviewers want out of you as a candidate. Like as
Yes,
a
yes,
data
yes.
engineer, you get to know like what kind how the data engineer thinks, because the guys who
Hmm.
take round one is fine. I mean, it is some, but round two, round three, where the architect and senior folks are
Hmm.
involved, they ask very specific questions, and then you understand how data engineering works. So
Correct.
from so the challenges were the scenario based questions to very specific. So as you give more interviews, you understand what is the expectation. You
Huh.
make your own architecture, you understand your own company project. So SQL, Python, whatever basics are there, that is there, but you need to apply those basics onto your project, like how you can
Hmm.
correlate your project with those basics, and those
Correct.
questions are asked. So that is so basically the goal is to understand how the data engineering process
Things
works
are
from a
working.
technical standpoint. Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
these things, and I think you need to give interviews for that. I don't think you watching videos alone will help. You can make
Correct.
pipeline small projects to get that idea, but get like if you sit, or if you have,
If you
maybe you
build
know
something,
some.
then you will
Yeah,
that understanding and it will give you a very good confidence for the interviews also.
correct,
So if you
correct.
build something, so that will come when you learn some fundamental, then build something, learn some fundamental, do
Yeah,
small projects. Like I've been
right.
suggesting many people that if you are not getting a very good understanding of any kind of technology, try to understand firstly what it is doing and how the things work, because syntax are different for different kind of things. Then
Correct.
just build small part like of things of some
Yeah.
application, so it will help you a lot, like that kind of
So
things will
yeah, I think also you need to try to break down the things, because a lot of things
uh,
are expected, although not as much as other roles. But data engineering, there are some key aspects like data ingestion part, transformation
mm,
part, storing the data, maintaining it. There are
optimizing the
policies,
data,
then there are optimizing the data,
data
optimizing the
quality and all.
transformations,
Yes.
data quality and all, and also orchestration. If although orchestration, not many people have asked to me in interviews.
Hmm.
It's only very specific role where they need someone who like for a very ADF or airflow kind of a thing, where they need a very specific person for
Hmm.
orchestration. That depends on project requirements, but you can pick up those things as you get deeper into this data
Hmm.
engineering world. So the basics, once you get the basics right, you try to anyone should can I mean as an advice, they can apply it to their projects
Hmm.
and try to learn from that. And I think once you get into that habit, you will yourself understand the basics correctly.
Correct.
And that is the expectation from the interviewers as well. I think I am if I'm sure you have taken so many interviews, and you
Hmm.
as an interviewer also look for someone who can
Yes.
relate this into a project. So
Correct.
for
Correct.
that,
That is
small projects work. And like
that is
boot camps like yourself, like that really we used to discuss a lot of like scenario
yeah.
based, like how we will be optimizing, why
Hmm.
you need to do sorry repartitioning, when to do
Yes. Yes.
repartitioning.
Yes.
It's whether it's a one time thing or not, can
Hmm.
we do repartitioning every time. So those kind of
Yes.
things, that's one example which I
Because
came to my mind.
yes, because
Yeah.
many there are so many techniques or so many
Hmm.
what we say small terms, small things are there for every kind of skewness is there. These kind of things are there.
Yeah,
Many solutions
correct,
are there to it, but all kind of solutions cannot be applied to every scenarios. So
correct,
there only that kind of scenario based questions or scenario based things comes into the mind. So if we are good with those things, it will help you eventually in the interviews. बहुत ज़्यादा help करेगा. It will help you a lot. So
correct,
there we can focus more. ठीक है. Next thing,
right.
basically, if we talk about the application strategy, like how you applied, ठीक है, as you
Hmm.
had, I think so, more than one offer. So how you
Yeah,
applied? How?
I had four offers by the end of
Mhm.
everything. So
Okay.
yeah, but they were from somewhere from decent companies, somewhere from good companies. So yeah,
Mhm.
I at the end I had four. But yeah, in terms of application, so there was one of my friend. who was also doing a switch. So he
Mhm.
was cold emailing startups bulk
Okay.
on in bulk. He is already he was working in a startup only before, so he knew about this kind of an approach. So
Mhm.
cold emailing with your portfolio, and not just like give me a referral. I think there are multiple things in applying. Like I have seen a lot of people, they message even today, they reach out to me, they say,
Mhm.
okay, is there an opening? It's not my job to check whether there is a job
Correct.
opening in my company. You come, you message me about the opening link, everything, your resume, portfolio, whatever, you share all the details in one shot.
Mm.
So that's one advice I have to get everyone who are reaching out on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is one of the most important things. Posting on LinkedIn is a very good thing, because now visibility is more important than even knowing the skill end to end. Because as long as it's not visible, there is no point. People
No
don't
point.
notice you.
Correct.
So
Mm.
there's a lot of competition right now. So visibility is a key factor here to get the interview. So visibility, like whatever you do, be like try to present it. And I have
Mm.
seen one more thing even in that, try to be like, don't do generic stuff, try to be very specific. If you can get
Mm.
into that, I know someone who's switching a domain, it's a little difficult, but try to do some in-depth analysis kind of thing, not very surface level. So
Mm.
those posts may get engagement. So LinkedIn is one of the things. I think you have already mentioned about LinkedIn, how you can leverage LinkedIn,
Yes.
optimizing the LinkedIn
Mm.
profiles as well, apart from just
Mm.
posting there. So that is one thing. Other thing is cold emailing. You can cold email HRs. I know it can it depends, but yeah, it does help. Like if you want to get interviews, there are startups, you can reach out to them.
Mm.
There are website, you can reach out to startups as well, to and they'll interview you. I have given, I think, a lot of interviews. I Although I got 4 offers, but I think I must have given some 60 interviews total.
Oh.
In total, I will, like, across different companies, different, some I went till round 2, round 3, whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
I had given a lot of interviews. By that time, I had seen a lot of failure to get that
Mm-hmm.
much. So it's not a very big number, to be very frank. But yeah, I was quite ruthless into giving interviews and understanding the things.
Mm.
I was
That is
mostly hands
that
in that.
mindset only is needed. Like if suppose you want to switch sub right now, what is happening right now, because I take many interviews, ठीक है? So a mindset that I'll tell you as an interviewer, ठीक है? What I see, what I get a job description, these are a job description, these are the requirement, that's it. Then as an interviewer, every interview will have a different kind of mindset. I am telling about myself. I am not seeing कि हाँ basically if I ask this question, this query, I want the exact answer of this, or it should run every time, or it should give me the answer. No, sometimes there can be a situation where a person is very well skilled, but he is not able to directly write that query, ठीक है? But he can tell the approach basically कि हाँ I will do this thing, then I can break down this problem into this scenario, I can apply these approaches, like that. This is also very important. So always be कि हाँ confident. Firstly, confidence is one thing that is very important. Next thing is try to understand what you are doing. Like whenever you are learning something, anyone who is learning something, try to add your application based thing कि हाँ basically अगर this is the fundamental skill that I have learned, where it can be used. If I am learning about row number, where it will be used. If I am learning about dense rank, where it will be used, like that. So it helps you a lot in interviews, a lot. And through that also I have selected many people who have not given less than 50% of the answers, but they were able to tell the approach. They were also selected from the second round itself. So that is not the thing कि हाँ basically I need to give every answer to it, ठीक है? So
Right.
that is also a mindset that you have to keep. So rejections will come, that is good. Like you have given 60 interviews, so 60 interviews for the first, which is really a big number. Definitely it is not a joke. But yes, that mindset you built slowly, gradually. Pehla, when you might have given the first interview, at that time you might have felt कि हाँ basically I was not able to do it. Then slowly, gradually you picked up, learned the things. That is how the things happen. ठीक है? तो
But
that is good.
I do
Please
want
go
to
ahead.
add one thing.
हाँ हाँ.
I did not, I was not doing, like, I had resigned from my job. So I had complete time. So I
Yeah.
think that is the one thing which I need to mention and share with
Yes.
everyone. So I did
Hmm.
not have I was not working at that time.
Hmm.
I had free time, like complete day to myself. So I think that did help me. Maybe someone else, if they do it in a more structured way, because I was not aware of all these things, which like there
Mm-hmm.
are more things which we'll be discussing in terms of getting in depth about the understanding of your own project. So those kind of things. So I was not aware. So I did a lot of hit and trial. Like I did cold emailing. I used LinkedIn. Naukri is also, I think I forgot to mention, Naukri is also a very good tool.
Very
People
good
should.
platform.
I used to update Naukri each and every day.
Mm-hmm.
I built my own portfolio website as well. Like one of the projects which I think you only I implemented that, added my own flavor onto it,
Mm-hmm.
like tweaks into that. One like there were 2 3 projects like that. So I made one portfolio website as well, and I used to link it. So some of the US based companies, they do reach out to because that's how the
Mm-hmm.
interviews go here. So just one thing which I can add, one more thing is that try to see what the like people, if there are, you guys, like people listening have friends in the US, or like what are the standards of the interview, because there the standards are very
Mm-hmm.
different. You can,
Mm-hmm.
if you can be professional that way, coldly emailing, being very specific, making your own portfolio website, you can be professional and you can communicate your skills. That also helps a lot. So
Mm-hmm.
I think those things help you in getting the interview, because the first hurdle is actually getting the interview. And
Understood. Yes, you're correct. Huh.
so after that you can get into, and yeah, since I was an immediate joiner, so that also really helped. I think some people do
Huh.
face that issue where their notice period is
90
not
days,
enough. So
60 days. Yes,
yeah,
that is a
but
problem. Yes.
yeah, but I can suggest, if you think that this company is not your target company. I know it depends on person to person, but you can say that you can join quickly and you can just sit
Mm.
for the interview to
Yes.
understand. If you are not getting any interviews, like
Many
if you're
people do it.
desperate, and
Yes. Mm.
yeah, you can do that, those kind of things. So these things are like some of the things you learn on the way. So which
Mm.
I did in terms of applying for jobs. So most of my
Correct.
calls were through Naukri, and referrals through referral as well, because a lot of my friends are in full stack. So I did reach out through LinkedIn as well. There are some really great people who do refer your profile through LinkedIn. You reach out coldly. I used to also connect with HRs and individuals from the technical side.
Okay.
Those people. So those things I did. I interacted with a few of them. So those
Mm.
things also helped me, because I had a whole day to myself. I was doing all these things, and keep a structured day for learning. Like block some time to understand. Like you can solve SQL questions, Python question, maybe two to five questions SQL question. Similarly, some Python question. You can have a schedule. You can, so that you are in touch with the syntax and the understanding.
Correct.
Rest of the time you can learn about Spark, and whatever you learn.
Scenarios
Let's
and all
say,
we can, huh?
yeah, whatever you learn, let's say for example Databricks as well I learned. So whatever you learn, you do hands-on activities over the weekends, is what I
Mm-hmm.
think which can be done, because I think everyone would be working professional. So during the day they don't get much time. So whatever building stuff is there, you can do over the weekends. Learning part you can do on the weekdays, and applying as
Mm.
well. You can
Correct.
figure out the time. I think 10 to 5 is like 10 to 2 is like a good time to apply every day. So whatever window you get, you can do. And also I had written a Python script that was automating the sending of the cold emails part.
Okay.
So i
Okay.
so i was not like every time doing manually. I because I come from automation background, so I used some of that
That is good.
thought process. So I automated the email sending part. Through my email only, I used to mass send emails like 150 emails a day,
Okay.
2000 200 emails a day, something along those lines. So you can write a Python script, or there are
Mm.
tools as well as
To
online.
do
So you
this
can
automation, huh?
yeah,
Yes, yes, yes.
there are tools as well online. So
Mm.
you can do that. So try to use tools to reach out to people, um, connect with people, talk to people what they are expecting. What let's say if you are
Mm-hmm.
targeting XYZ company, you can reach out to their employees, talk to them, and don't
Mm.
talk about give me a job. So first of all, you
Have a
have to
clear
understand what.
message. Mm.
Yeah. So don't go with that mindset. You can have a like small discussion about what they are doing as a
Mm.
project, like how, what kind of skills are required, and what they're
Correct.
looking for, what challenge they're facing. Just try to understand the data engineering process. And
Mm-hmm.
there are, and not everyone will respond. Maybe in 10 out of 1 out of 10 people will respond. But if someone does, you can chat with
It
them.
will give
uh,
you a very good,
it will
huh?
give you a good perspective.
Good perspective.
So
And
so
what exactly needs to be done? Yes, I think so. This is a
yeah,
very good advice that you have given. कि हाँ, how
yeah,
to perceive or how to reach out to the people. Definitely, see, always be positive of
Hmm.
ki haan, this he will not respond, like that. Ki basically, if you are doing a mail or message to someone, because people are busy, so they will
Right.
take some time, maybe, or maybe 90% of people will not reply also. But we have to do our job. We have to do our things. That is how eventually you will land an interview, and you will understand the things, and you will get through the like interviews, and you will get a job. So वैसे करके चीजें like it will happen. I think so. We have covered all those aspects and things. Majorly, it was on the advice and the things, and I think so. This was it for the like podcast.
Okay, no problem. I
Thank you
think
so much. Thank you so much for
thank you,
sharing
Anurag.
your experience. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
And to end this podcast, I'll just say कि as like he has given 60 interviews, then got the four offers. You can take the percentage of the things. So it happens. It is a very normal like things when you try to switch. ठीक है? When you are coming from a same background. Now if he try to switch, he has the understanding of the things. Then he will be able to do it much more faster and with better rate of success. ठीक है? But previously he was from a different background. That's why it happened. So similar kind of things you can expect when you are switching from a different background, coming to a different background, because you don't have a knowledge and understanding of that background. So it will take some time to understand. So that is the only thing that I wanted to say. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much, man.
Yeah.
Bye
Thank you,
bye.
Anurag. Yeah. Bye.
Thank you.